he's also being starved as part of propaganda, some kind of a twisted campaign. He was intentionally starved to a near-death situation to use as a pawn in the terrorists' twisted game. So
Israel's plan to expand its operation to bring Gaza City under military control has been criticised by some within Israel over concerns it could put hostages in more danger, and by world leaders who say it will mean the mass displacement of Palestinians. Meanwhile, police in London are this afternoon managing more demonstrations as protesters demanding the immediate release of all the remaining hostages in Gaza march through central London to Downing Street. Ilay David, whose 24-year-old brother Evyatar is being held hostage by Hamas, joins me now on the line from Jerusalem. Good afternoon to you.
good afternoon.
I'm sorry for what your family have been going through. The captors of your brother released a deeply upsetting video of him, which showed him in an underground tunnel looking emaciated and weak and digging what he said would be his own grave. Tell me who Evyatar is. What sort of person is he? And as far as you're able to establish, how might he be coping with this horrendous ordeal that we've recently seen him in?
Evyatar is going through something that I think I've never thought about is even possible, being held in those conditions for almost 2 years now. It's I think since the Holocaust we've never heard about something like that, and it's even worse because he's in a tunnel underground, barely able to move, and he's also being starved as part of propaganda, some kind of a twisted campaign. It was intentionally starved to a near-death situation to use as a pawn in the terrorists' twisted game. So those guys are, I mean, they're worse than ISIS. This terror organization is really the worst. And Evyatar is the sweetest, kindest person I know. He's a musician. He plays the guitar since he's very young. And we used to play music every week together. And he has a beautiful voice and a beautiful smile. And he really wants to travel the world. He already bought the tickets to Thailand with his friends. He wants to become a music producer. He's shy, but he's also full of life. He's an amazing son to my parents. He's an amazing brother to my younger sister. And I love him and I miss him.
It must be absolutely heartbreaking for you. Prime Minister Netanyahu, actually, he talked about your brother in his press conference just moments ago. Let's have a listen to what he said.
In Gaza, despite Hamas's obstacles, 2 million people are now getting access to humanitarian aid. But I'll tell you who isn't. The only ones that are being deliberately starved in Gaza are our hostages. This is Evyatar David. Look at his hand, at his arm. He's being deliberately starved by these Hamas monsters. And look at the Hamas captor. Look at the difference. He's eating, and he's eating well.
Prime Minister Netanyahu, he was pointing at a picture of your brother there. What's your reaction on hearing that and hearing it described by Israel's Prime Minister?
I think right now that the message that should be delivered worldwide is we have to save Evyatar's life. We have to save Guy's life, which is his friend that is also a hostage. We believe on the same place. We have to save the hostage's life. There are 20 of them still alive. And I believe that my brother's image is only the tip of the iceberg.
Do you have confidence that the Israeli government are well placed to try to save his life? Do you have confidence in Benjamin Netanyahu to do that for you?
I believe, first of all, I have no choice, to be honest. But I believe that it is top priority. We saw how Hamas felt strong 2 weeks ago and pulled out of the negotiation, which seems pretty successful until the point he pulled out. So we have to make sure, the world have to make sure that all the pressure, all the leverage is now on Hamas to make them, force them to beg for a deal, force them to come with demandings that Israel can take, so we can bring back the hostages and get over with this war. That's what we need right now.
And
but before
this
that, they just need to give the hostages access to humanitarian aid and to medicine.
This plan, though, to occupy military control of Gaza City, do you feel that will help or risk worsening the situation for your brother?
I'm worried. I'm worried, to be honest. I'm afraid. I mean, it can put the hostages at risk, for sure. But again, if Hamas will accept the ceasefire, it will all be over and the hostages will come back home.
Have you asked, or have any other family members of hostages asked the Israeli government not to make this intervention, not to occupy Gaza City?
Some hostage families do ask that. Every family is trying to focus their energy into something they believe they are effective in. And I believe that my job right now is to be my brother's voice and yell, feed me, yell to the world, feed me. He needs food. He needs vitamins. He needs medical care now. And that's the only thing that really interests me right now.
Do you believe there are ministers within the Israeli government who share your concerns and similarly concerns about trying to occupy Gaza City? I.e., do you believe the cabinet is united, or do you think there's very different opinions even within the Israeli government?
I think there are different opinions. Like, I think at every democratic society, there are different opinions about the strategy and what should we do next and how should we treat this lunatic terror organization on the other side. The thing that I'm sure of is that the people who are holding my brother are not democratic. They are cruel, twisted-minded people that only care about killing, and for sure, they don't care about their own people. They use my brother and they use their own people as starving experiments, just to manipulate us and manipulate Western society to do unimaginable things to help them.
Your view of it's fully understandable, and it's evident how evil and appalling Hamas are and what they do. Does that then make sense when you hear that it remains the main Israeli war ambition to eliminate Hamas? Do you feel that it is even possible to do that in a military way?
I believe that eventually, no. Eventually, the military is not enough. The gun and the missile and the explosives are just not enough, because Hamas, what can we do? It represents an idea, an ideology. So eventually, I believe that there will be a political solution. There will be an agreement. And as soon as we gather, as soon as we make Hamas to sit and negotiate again seriously, then we'll have a ceasefire agreement, and then we can bring peace to the region. That's what we thought. That's what we want so much. But that's the next stage. And right now we need to take care that the hostages are being fed, that they are getting proper treatment. The next stage, hopefully very soon, is to pressure Hamas to go back to the negotiations table, to bring an agreement, a ceasefire, bring back all hostages, and then we can discuss the future of the region.
Thousands have been marching in London again today, as they have done on many weekends, in protest against Israel and calling for the release of the hostages. How important is it to you for countries like Britain and others to have those marches and those protests in support of your brother? Do you feel that makes a difference and can alter the course of things?
I think it does in some ways. It's another break in the wall. I mean, the things I do are more breaks in the wall. We need advocates. We need decent people and many, many people to carry that voice, to carry our message as family, our so just and humanitarian message all over the world. So I'm very grateful for everyone who marches. And as far as I know, there is a march today in 10 Downing Street, a national march, people who are marching to demand the release of all hostages. I believe it's blessed, and people should go there.
Ilay David, thank you so much for your time this afternoon, and all our hopes are that your brother Evyatar is released safely soon.
Thank you very much.